afternoon, folks, and welcome to Sonofdel's live vlog on the 8th of May. As you can see, it's bright behind me, and normally it's dark. That's because I'm filming it in the day today. It is a Saturday afternoon. Coming up on today's, I've got the May 2021 Zbox to unbox. I've also got a mystery coin package from the Coin Club to unbox. Some cracking coins in that, trust me. I have got a product review of a packet of crisps. I'll tell you more about that later. And I've also got 4 or 5 film reviews as well, because we haven't been watching TV series, we've been watching film reviews. And today I'm going to talk about choices. So, all that to follow. Coming up first, we have got the Zbox for May 2021. So here we go, it's the Zbox for May 2021. You can see, the Zbox, the mystery box made for geeks. It's a good box actually, and what I'm going to do is, normally I do freeze pictures, which can be a bit disconcerting because I end up putting them in the middle of when I'm talking, which doesn't sound good when you're doing a vlog. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you pictures of the items after I've done the vlog. After I've done the unboxing, and there'll be pictures of the items plus out of the boxes if there's any boxes. So the first item we have is a t-shirt, of course, always a t-shirt. And this one, as you can see, is Godzilla. Believe it or not, that's Godzilla t-shirt. It's hard to think, isn't it? But if you want to prove, it does actually say, that one I get my fingers right, on the t-shirt it says Godzilla. And there we have the Godzilla logo. Nice black t-shirt, nice big size, comfortable as always. I've tried it on already. So that's the first item, and it's a t-shirt. And it's a Godzilla t-shirt. Second item, got a few items in this one actually, got a few items. This I fell in love with. I'm a big fan of action games, computer games, and one of my favourites has always been, since very early days, is a game called Doom. And this is something what came in my Zbox this month, and it is actually a plush figure, a plushie of the Doom guy, the actual guy out of Doom. So he's squishy, he's all squishy, but he was the second item in my vlog, in my Zbox, and he is a Doom guy plushie. If you've ever played Doom, you'd recognise him straight away. If you haven't played Doom, it's a mad game. It's been going since 90 something or other, and we're now up to really terrifying versions of it, whereas when we first played it, it was very basic. Now the third item is another figure, and it's a good one. This one is actually, it's a Series 01 of Transformers, as you can see, and there's 4 figures. There's Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Megatron and Soundwave, and I've got Megatron. Now as you can't see him properly, so like I said, there'll be a picture after I've finished this, so you'll see him out of his box. And he's called a super deformed figure. That's because his head's about that big and his body's about that big, but I'll show you more after I've done the unboxing. So that's the third figure. Third item. The fourth item, this one's for Stephen Cook down in the south. He always identifies these for me. Another Star Trek ship. Now you'll probably identify that, and I'll show it out of its box and on a stand after, so you'll be able to see it fully. But there's another one of the Star Trek collector's ship, and it's out to one of them 4: Voyager, Deep Space Nine, Next Gen or Enterprise. If you know what it is, brilliant. If you don't, you know, like me, I'm not a Star Trek fan, so I wouldn't have got that. I wouldn't have got that at all. And the last item, one of my favourites definitely. I love a set of figures called Q-Fig, because what they are, they're 3D figures, and basically they've usually got a wall or something behind them which shows the figure off. Now this one I will show you in and out of the box, like I say, and it is Venom. It is Venom. You can't see it very well in the box, but like I said, I'll show you some pictures after I've finished, and then you can see. So yeah, that was the 5 items that were in my box this month. So it's a Q-Fig, a Star Trek spaceship. I'm getting quite a few of them together now. It's a lovely collection making. And Megatron Transformers XL figure. XL deformed figure. A Doom guy plushie. Doom guy. And a Godzilla t-shirt. And all that for £17.99. Not bad, eh? Anyway, here's some photos so you can see the items in more detail. Yeah, so as you've just seen, that was quite a good Zbox this month. Quite a bit of value in it, about £60 I think, so for £18, not bad at all. Now I've got another unboxing for you now, but it's not an unboxing as in a geek box or nothing like that. I'm a member of the coin club, and a while ago on my vlog I think I remember showing you a set of coins which I'd bought for £20, a mystery box with over £150 worth of coins in. Well, I bought it again this time, and it was £19.99 again, and I'm going to show you the coins what I got in it. Now the first one really interested my wife Deb. She really liked this, and what it is, it comes like this. You get a folder, and let me just see if I can get it out the light. I'm going to get out the light for you. There you go. It's Cinderella, Disney's Cinderella, and when you open it up, you've got there. Can you see that coin there? That is actually a 0.999 silver coin. That was actually in with it, and I know that is about £15 on its own. And what's also in it, in case you're interested, is they do a set of them. You can have a set of them, and when you get this folder, when you get the first one, you get this folder, and in the folder, let me just come back again so you can see it properly. In the folder you get a card on here which I'll show you. It's there, £10 gift card, and what that allows you to do, it's usually attached about there, right? And what that allows you to do, you go onto the coin club, you put in the code what's on the back of it, and you get your first coin in the collection for £4.99. And I know that Deb was really interested in the coins, so I've got that set ordered for her. Whoops, it's just fell off the card. Ugh. Well, at least I can show it in more detail now, can't I? As you can see, look, it's a proper 50p. It's got the Queen's head on the back. It's got a Queen's head on the back, and then on the front you've got, I've got to try and get it out the silver because the light's shining on it. Hang on, there you go, there you go, Cinderella. I'll move it across, it might be even better. Let's try and get you a decent one for that. It's not going to be easy with the light, is it, eh? Ah well, there you go, 50p anyway. It's a Cinderella 50p, and as you can see there's Cinderella with Prince Charming. So that was the first coin. I'll just put that back for a second and then I'll be with you. It's fell off to its case. Mind you, with how much I've been showing these, then I'm not surprised it's fell out. But that was the first coin. Now, what also came was this, a nice white box, and in this white box it was full of coins, and I'll show you some of them. Now, I don't know whether you know, but it's 30 years. 30 years was in 2016 of the beavers, and this is the coin what I got for that. Hold on. Yeah, you can see there the beavers, and on the back it says 30-year history. It's got the years 1966 to 1986 to 2016, and it says the beavers, and it says happy birthday, and it's a coin, as you can see. Look, it's proper silver coin. That was the second item. Now this one, I wondered what this was at first until I used my noddle. I recognised the logo on the back. The logo on the back is, I think anyway, the Scouts. I think it's the Boy Scouts. I'm not 100% certain, and I'm not sure if that's Baden-Powell. I'm not 100%. I don't know. This is just guesswork completely. If you know it is, you can correct me, but I've got a feeling that was to do with the Scouts. I could be wrong. I could well be wrong on that one. So that was the second coin. Third coin, these actually come in sets, these do, and I think I've got 3 of these now, and they are Disney Winnie the Pooh coins. That's Let me just come out the light. There you go. Disney. There he is. Look, Winnie the Pooh sitting down. And also another one that was in the packet, which was, hang on, I might be able to show you that one. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh standing up with a honey pot. See it? So then with 2 coins that were in it. Now one's quite thin and the other's quite thick because it's a, it's one of the collector's coins. So there's 2 more. Also, Roald Dahl, obviously he did things like Matilda, he did the Twits, and he also did things like BFG and all that. Now these are two really big gold coins, and these are part of the Roald Dahl coin collection. As you can see there, it says, look, Roald Dahl in big letters, Roald Dahl. And the first one is James and the Giant Peach, and as you can see, that's James, of James and the Giant Peach. Now these are proper solid coins, they're not like, cheapo things. The second one, out the Roald Dahl collection again, and this one is one of my favourites because it was narrated by David Jason, and that's the BFG, the Big Friendly Giant. So I'm very, very happy with them because it goes with my David Jason memorabilia as well. So that's a bit of a double whammy for me there. Roald Dahl and David Jason. That's that. Now I'm not a fan of these, but Deb said I ought to keep them anyway because they are part of my collection. As anybody knows, I'm a Liverpool fan, but I can't believe I actually managed to get a Manchester City coin in with my mystery box. And it's actually a player who's a very good player. I hate him because he was always scoring past us, and it's Sergio Aguero. Sergio Aguero from Manchester City, and it's the all-time record scorer. So I've got a Sergio Aguero coin there. I may get rid of that one at some point, along with this one, because with me being a Liverpool fan, I've also got this one as well, which is an Arsenal coin. And as you can see there, you've got Arsene Wenger. You've got, I think this one is a lot more collectible actually because it's got, the Arsenal crest on the back. It's a gold coin. It's part of the coin collection. What's off the coin club, and on it says Dial Square 1886 Royal Arsenal Woolwich Arsenal, because obviously Arsenal when they first come out weren't called Arsenal. And there you've got the names of them, and of course there you've got Arsene Wenger, the most famous manager they've had. So that was another coin. And I finish off with 2 of my favourite Avengers coins anyway. I love Avengers, I love anything about it. And I've got one called War Machine, and they are part of this one is part of the Avengers Infinity War collection. And all that, you can't see it, but all the way around the outside you've actually got the emblems of all the characters. So you've got like Thor's hammer, Iron Man's mask, what else have you got on there? God, you've got everything. You've got Captain America, you've got all sorts anyway. They're all on there, the Avengers. And on this one is another one of the coins, and this is Thanos. Again, I'll take pictures of these so you can see them properly. This is Thanos, and that's part of the Avengers Endgame set. And all those coins, believe it or not, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11 coins only cost me $19.99. Now bear in mind, if all of them are just worth a tenner each, that's still £110. You know what I mean? That's still £110 for 11 coins. So, it was a good box. I like getting the mystery boxes from them because you don't know what you're going to get in it. Last time it was all tanks and planes and stuff, but this time, obviously, the main thing was the Cinderella silver coin. So yeah, and that was $19.99 from the Coin Club, and that was my second unboxing. Now, like I said, I wanted to talk to you today about choices. Now, when I mean choices, I don't mean like, do you want chips for your tea or do you want spuds, you know, that kind of thing. I don't mean that kind of choice. What I mean is, you go through life and almost everything you do, you have a choice to do. Now, some people might say, oh, I couldn't help it, I had no choice. Wrong. I'm sorry, but you've always got a choice in things. Now, no, let me just rephrase that. 99 times out of 100, you've got a choice in things. Sometimes you don't have a choice, it's taken out your hands for you. But the people that actually say I had no choice and that you realise that they did have a choice, because it might not always be something you would have chosen to do, but you still have a choice. It's like if you're, I get a lot of surveys that say to me, there is a train on a track and it is heading and it is going to come off the rails and hit 5 people standing on the side, or you can change the track and it will hit a wall and only kill the driver. What do you choose to do? Now, these are very, very clever questions, because you weigh up in your mind, is it worth killing 1 person or 5 people? Is there going to be a difference? Is it right to kill anybody at all? And obviously you've got this moral dilemma in your head then. And I think a lot of people today don't make choices how they should make them. They don't rationalise things now. Everything has to be done on the spur of the moment. And too many people now live in this sort of, if I want it, I'm going to get it now, because if I don't get it now, you know, it'll be gone. Now, yeah, in some instances I can understand that. You know, if you're like trying to get a mortgage on a house or something and you think, oh, I found a lovely house but I'll leave it for a couple of months, you can expect it to be gone. But what I don't like is this thing where you see something you want and you've immediately got to have it, and you're prepared to get in debt for that. You're prepared to build up a credit card debt for that. You know, things like a brand new PlayStation, say. You go to Bright House and you end up paying about 900 quid for it instead of 450. But you had the choice of waiting and saving the money and buying it yourself. Do you know what I mean? And I was brought up to understand money, but at the same time I also know about provident loans, I also know about payday loans and all this sort of stuff, and I know about catalogue bills and all this. And yes, they are really, really good for people who can't afford it, but too many people use them because they're there and they get into debt up to their eyeballs and they don't make the right choice. Now, I had a choice when I had my computer. I had a base unit. Now, I could choose, as Deb had said to me, if I wanted to get one on credit and then pay for it so much a month until it was paid for over 3 or 4 years or something, I could. And I said to her at the time, I said, no, I said, it'll take me about 18 months to save the money from surveys and stuff that I do, and I'll buy it myself. And I waited and I saved up and I saved up and I saved up, and I didn't have to put 1 penny towards it. All of my survey vouchers paid for my gaming PC. I ended up accumulating all of them into a big lump on Amazon, and then I ordered my base unit. Now, bear in mind that base unit was £830, and it took me a good 18 months, 2 years to save for it. But I made the decision to save for it. I didn't want us to be in debt for the next 4 or 5 years on it. And now I've got the base unit. Obviously, it's mine now. I don't have to worry that I've still got to pay for it for God knows how long. Now, like I say, sometimes choices are taken out of your hand. You know, sometimes somebody makes the choice for you. One of the prime examples is obviously, I collect a lot of coins. Now, a lot of the coins I collect, you have to pay for in instalments, because you only get them sent every month to form a collection. So in a way, that's taken out your hands. You can't pay for them up front. You have no choice. You can't suddenly say, well, I'll pay 500 quid and have all the coins now. They won't do that. You have to pay monthly. So like I said, that's another choice that's taken out your hands. But if you look at it in the context of life and choices you make, it's like when you leave school, you have a choice of what you want to do. You could try if you want to go to university. You could try if you want to go and get a job. You could try get an apprenticeship, or you could just not do any of these things and decide you wanted to be lazy. But you got that choice, you see. And too often people use it as an excuse. I had no choice. And I think it's so easy to do that. I mean, when I got married, I chose not to have my stick with me, which I need for my balance. I chose to stand at the front when Deb was walking down the aisle towards me without my stick. I chose that. Now, it could have ended up disastrously. I could have gone absolutely flying. I could have fallen over, fallen into something, had a bad injury, anything. But I chose to do that because it was something I wanted to do. And I don't regret doing it at all, because it turned out that because of the adrenaline that was going through me, I didn't need my stick with me at all. I was unbalanced, don't get me wrong. I was going from foot to foot and thinking my legs were buckling on me and all sorts. But I chose not to do it. You know, I chose not to have my stick. And like I said, choices are something that you've got to look at really, really closely. Don't just jump in the first thing you think of. You've got to work out your choices, and you've like I say, you've usually got choices. You can decide what you want to do and how you want to do it, when you want to do it. Now, I suppose it's a bit like getting married, really. Me and Deb, we could have got married a long, long time ago in a registry office, but we wanted a proper wedding, because I'd already been married in a registry office before, and to be honest with you, I didn't feel married at all. I really didn't. So we made the choice to wait until we could afford to get married properly. You know, we made that choice. And like I said, too many people now, they don't say that. They'll just say, oh, well, you know, I had no choice. You do have a choice. You do have a choice. That's what life's all about, choices. It's like the jab, the vaccine. Me and Deb have chosen not to have the vaccine straight away because, one, we wanted to see how it affected other people, and two, we don't know how it's going to react to my medications that I'm on. Because obviously they don't know how it's going to react to my medications. The chances are somebody else having exactly the same medications that I'm on, you know, they're not exactly high. So we chose to wait, and now Deb's been in hospital for the appendicitis. We have chosen that once Deb is okay, we are definitely going to have the vaccine. But again, we made that decision. We didn't want anybody making it for us. I don't like anybody pressuring you into doing it. If somebody said to me, oh, you should have the vaccine, that doesn't mean nothing to me. I make my decisions, you see. I choose what I want, and Deb chooses what she wants. If she'd have wanted the vaccine and I hadn't have wanted it, fair enough. We wouldn't have tried to convince each other either to have it or not to have it. We'd have had the choice. And another thing that's what ruins a lot of relationships, you see. A lot of men or women, you know, don't matter, take control of a relationship, and they take the choices away from that person. And once you start taking choices away from somebody, you're undermining them. And that can undermine the love that's there and everything. That can undermine the respect. It can undermine everything. You've got to make your choices. Don't think that somebody's got to make your choices for you, unless of course you're underage, in which case somebody makes the choices for you. You know what I mean? That's obvious, really. But if you're of an age, then you should make your own choices, and you should be allowed to make your own choices. And if people don't like your choices, that's tough, because you've made that choice. They haven't made it. You've got to live with whatever you've chosen to do. So yeah, that's my little talk today on choices. Now this is just a little quickie thing I'm going to chuck in. We went on Home Bargains the other day online, and we did a shop, and while we were on the shop and picking items put into the basket, no, it wasn't Home Bargains, I've got it wrong, sorry, it's Pound Shop, poundshop.com. And we went on, and while I was answering the door, I came back, and Deb had a big smile on her face. She said, I've seen some material you'll definitely want them. And I thought, what on earth is it? Anyway, she scrolled down, and it was these. They come in a 6-pack. Walker's Max Kentucky Fried Chicken Ridge Crisps. Now I thought, well, in for a penny, in for a pound, because I love KFC. I am a mad KFC fan. I really do love the boneless buckets. Oh, I'm absolutely mad on them. So I know what the taste is and what I like. Anyway, these crisps came, and I was a bit wary. And I opened a bag a couple of days ago, and I tried them, and they are really, really nice. They really taste like KFC, which I was surprised at. And it's, like I say, I don't know whether you can buy them in normal shops. I've not seen them anywhere else, but these were just in poundshop.com, and they were literally doing 2 packs of 6. I think it was for £3 or £1.50 each, or I can't remember, something like that anyway. And I got 2 of them, but they also had a Max bag as well, which is a big bag of them. So I've got all them to add, because obviously with Deb, even though it says they are for vegetarians, by the way, it does say suitable for vegetarians. So don't think that if you're a vegetarian you can't eat these, because you can. You can. They might have the KFC flavour, but they haven't got no meat in them at all. So they are suitable for vegetarians. And as a taste, I'd give them 8 out of 10. I think they are really, really full of taste. You don't get many in a bag, but you don't expect to these days with crisps. But you get enough in there to enjoy them. And like I say, I've had 2 bags now. I had a bag yesterday and a bag the day before, and they are really worth getting. So they're called Walker's Max Kentucky Fried Chicken. And by the way, I'm not sponsored for this. It's just something we got off Pound Shop. And I'll just throw in a little extra. If you do buy the 6 packs, or the larger bags, they've actually got a little coupon on them. And up until the 31st of July, if you take the coupon to a KFC, and buy a meal for one, you get another meal for one for free. So that might be worth something if you want to, if you're thinking of buying a packet of them. There's a little extra incentive there. But I would definitely give Walker's Max Kentucky Fried Chicken flavour 8 out of 10. Now, me and Deb, instead of watching comedy series just lately, we have been watching films. And when I say films, I mean a list of films that include things like The Core, Deep Impact, Independence Day Resurgence, Greenland. What else have we watched? We've watched all sorts. The Boy. We've watched a couple of foreign films as well. We watched a brilliant one last night, which I'm just about to review, and it's called The Quake. Now, this film is actually Norwegian. And I was a bit unsure of it at first, and so was Deb, because we didn't know. We don't watch a lot of Norwegian films, so we didn't know what it was going to be like. But it is worth watching. It's on Netflix, and it's called The Quake, and it is a really, really clever film. Very similar to American films, where you've got a geologist who knows that something bad's going to happen, but nobody will listen to him. That sort of thing. But there's also a nice family element in there as well, and it's realistic. Because when you watch American ones, usually all the main people survive at the end, which is quite far-fetched. If you watch something like 2012 or something like that, you'll realise what I'm talking about. But in this one, there is realism in it. The disaster scenes which you see are quite realistic as well. They really are quite realistic. And we watched it with an open mind. Now, obviously, I don't know any of the actors in it or the actresses in it, but it's really, really good. Now, I personally would give it 7 out of 10 because it's got a good story. You've got subtitles, so it's not like it's dubbed and you're thinking it doesn't quite fit the voices or whatever. They are their proper voices, but subtitles at the bottom. It's on Netflix, and I would give it 7 out of 10, and it's called The Quake. Now, on the flip side of that, a totally different type of film we watched the other day was called Eli. Now, spoiler alert here, so if you don't want to hear about it, completely block this out and go on to the next one. Eli is about, it starts off about a boy who cannot go outside. He suffers with something which means he can't go outside, and if he does, he gets his skin exposed to the sun, he'll burn. He lives in a bubble, basically, and the story revolves around his parents, after years of trying, finally finding somewhere that will take him in and that can try and help him with this, try and cure him. Now, Lily Taylor is the brilliant head of this facility where he goes, and he's got to wear a hazmat suit till he gets in there. Now, once he gets in there, he can take off this suit, this what's-it suit, and he's fine. He can breathe and everything's sterilised and all that. But while he's there, he starts getting supernatural signs that something isn't quite right. Like if he breathes on the window, all of a sudden something will get written in what he's breathed, where it's gone cold. Now, add to this a girl who befriends him through the glass of the building. He can only talk to her through glass. And she keeps dropping him subtle things about people that have gone in there and not come out. Now, this gives you the impression that this is going to be a standard doctor who's a psychopath is killing off, such and such or whatever, but it's not. It's got a massive twist at the end. It's really well acted. It's a really, really good film, and we thoroughly enjoyed it. We'd give this one 7 out of 10 as well, because it's got the right amount of suspense in it, a good bit of supernatural stuff. And again, I think it's on Netflix, and it's called Eli, and it is 7 out of 10. Now, another thing we did last night, we watched another film on Amazon Prime. Now, this was just a shot in the dark, to be honest with you. We just thought we'd have a crack at it, and it's called Hold Your Breath. And we thought at first it was going to be a disaster movie where, there's an earthquake or something like that. Now, it's totally different. Now, the thing is about this one is it's French. And it is French language and subtitled, and it's a really clever concept about a girl again who lives in a bubble because she's got, I think it's called Steinberger's syndrome, and she can't come out in the open. She can't breathe normal air, so she lives in a bubble. Now, her parents, a mother and father, her father wants her to go to Canada where she can have treatment, blah 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 blah, but her mother doesn't. Now, when the man is out in the street, because he's going between his flat and where the girl lives, something happens in the town and he doesn't know what it is, and this big mist fog stuff comes in. Now I know you've all seen the mist or the fog and you're thinking, yeah, we've seen this kind of stuff, but it's nothing like that. This mist goes to a certain height and then stops completely, and anybody who gets caught in it, well, this is the clue, anybody who gets caught in it, there's a bit of a spoiler here, so you know, turn your ears away. Anybody who gets caught in it dies. We think everybody dies who gets caught in it, but we get subtle clues as to who it will kill and who it won't by the fact that they find in a flat filled with this smoke, with this fog stuff, a dead dog, a dead adult dog, but the little dog's running around okay, fine, it goes running out the door. Now if you keep this in your head when you're watching the film, you'll get an idea of what really is going to happen. Now the whole story really is them trying to make sure that the daughter has got enough oxygen in her tent to keep her alive until this fog disappears, which doesn't seem to be disappearing, this mist stuff, it doesn't seem to be disappearing, and it's slowly getting higher as well. So while most of it takes place in the high part of a block of flat things, apartments, this mist is getting higher, and what it is that the couple are actually in with this older couple who live on the top, and they're in with them. So most of this story revolves around the man going out or the woman going out to try and get oxygen for this girl and make sure that she's got her apparatus so she can breathe. And it's all about what happens to them when they go out, you know, how they escape, how they go across rooftops to try and stop things. It's all that sort of thing until the last 5 or 10 minutes when it all makes sense in a weird kind of logic. Now it's a fantastic, we really enjoyed it. It's a French film, and like I say, it's called Hold Your Breath, and it is probably another 7 out of 10, this one, because like I said, it's not full of loads of action and the story's quite slow to start with, but it's very cleverly done. And it's on Amazon Prime, it's included in Amazon Prime, and if you get a chance and you don't mind watching a foreign film with subtitles, check it out. It's called Hold Your Breath. Now this week we've had some really strange weather, but the one thing we have done is we've managed to get a patio table, a really nice patio table which we've been after. We wanted a nice large table so we could put the brand new parasol in it and so we could have proper shade on the decking, because it does get rather hot out there, particularly in the mornings. And we set it up, and of course once we'd set it up and got everything ready, we had nothing but rain for 3 days, which was fantastic. Anyway, when we eventually did get out there, we were sitting out quite a lot in the sun. We spent 4 or 5 hours a day out there, which is why I didn't do a vlog before today as well. And while you're out there, you really do, especially when it's really quiet, you really appreciate your life. You get to really realise how lucky you are, because I'm sitting there on a decking, I've got a cup of tea, my wife's sitting about 4 foot from me, we're enjoying our own decking of our own, obviously it's rented property, we don't own it, but we're sitting out on our decking, the sun's beating down, the trees are nicely calm, there's hardly a sound except the odd car in the distance, and all you can hear is birds song and everything, and you realise how lucky you are, you know, because things could have been totally different for me, things could have been a lot different for me. When I was younger I got involved with some bad people, really bad people, and I could have gone down a different path completely, a real different path. And when I look back at my life and think about the decisions I've made, going back to this decisions thing again, and some of the decisions I made have been ridiculous, they've been stupid, and I look back and I think, what were you thinking? But a lot of the decisions I've made have got me to where I am now and the person I am today, so I'm happy with those decisions. But when you're sitting out there on your decking, and I just look across and Deb's just sitting there with her eyes closed, like just relaxing and obviously taking things easy after her operation, and I just realise how lucky I am, you know, how I've got to this age of 48, and I'm still here, you know, I'm still doing okay. I have bad days, I have good days with my mental health, you know, it's just one of those things, like rolling a dice really. I have a lot of pain in my body through my illnesses and my conditions, spinal especially, but I'm lucky because it could be 10 times worse. Some people don't get to see one, let alone 48. You know, a lot of people have lost relatives through COVID last year, and I touch wood, didn't get COVID, nor Deb. None of us have had it, and we aren't even vaccinated against it either. But we haven't had COVID. We definitely haven't had COVID. And like I said, you just appreciate how lucky you are. So next time you're sitting there and you're thinking, oh dear, oh woe is me because I can't go on holiday or whatever, just remember, you're lucky. If you're still alive and you're listening to this, or you're sitting out on your decking or in your garden or hugging your kids, realise how lucky you are, because if fate had had other plans for you, mate, you would not be here. You wouldn't be here. Simple as. You know, I mean, there are instances in my life when I was younger where I nearly got run over, where I nearly fell off a tall building, you know, where I nearly drowned. And these are all things that could have been, but weren't. I mean, when I was 40, I got such bad stomach that I was convinced I'd got stomach cancer. I was really, really ill. You know, I was sick for 90 days solid. I couldn't stop throwing up anywhere. They tried everything and nothing had worked. For 90 days I was throwing up. I lost so much weight I couldn't hardly stay awake. I was that tired. But it wasn't that. It was an infection, a bacterial infection. And now I'm on medication. Everything seems to be, again, touch wood, okay. But I am so lucky to have the life I have. So next time you're thinking that you've got nothing going for you, just remember you're alive. A lot of people are not so lucky. You know, some people would die, some people would kill to have the life that you've got. You think about those people that haven't got anything. You know, you think about those people, again, that are in like abusive relationships where they get beaten to crap every day. Or even sexually abused every day. Kids and what have you. You know, if you can get through your life and say, yeah, I got through that okay, I didn't do too bad. Yes, I had little ups and downs, which you're going to. You're never going to have plain sailing all your life. That's impossible. So, but if you can look back and say, look, I did okay, then, you know you've been lucky. And I think that's what life's all about. It isn't about winning the lottery. It isn't about, you know, finding £1 million or whatever at all. It's about making sure that while you're on this planet, you can say to yourself, I'm alive. That's what I do. That's what I do every day when I wake up. I look around and go, yep, I'm still here. And if I do that each day, then I know everything's good. One day, obviously, it won't happen. One day, I won't wake up. You know, like everybody's got to go at some point. But as long as you can say in your life, you've enjoyed your life and you've had a life, you've breathed, you've lived, you've eaten, you've drunk, you know, you've met nice people, you've had good times. It's all worth it in the end. And I'll leave you on that note. You all have a great weekend. Hopefully it's better now because we've got nothing but rain till about Monday or Tuesday. And I shall do another vlog soon. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. And if you like what you see, just subscribe. If you want to tell your friends about it, feel free. And if you want to see a playlist of my most popular vlogs, that's coming up as well. Bye for now. For those of you that are interested in my unboxings, they come from a company called Zavvi, which is zavvi.co.uk. I'll put the details up in a second. And the first box is called a Zbox subscription. Now you can choose how you want to have a Zbox subscription. You can have a one-off. I think you can have a 3-month, a 6-month and a 12-month. And if you have a 12-month, it only works out at £17 a box. Now £17 for about £50-60 worth of stuff to me is a good deal. And the other box is called a Threads box, and that's a separate subscription. And again, you can subscribe singly or for a year. And if you do it for a year, it only works out at, I'm pretty sure it's £7.99 a month. And for that you get a t-shirt and either a graphic novel, a book or a comics to the value of. So if you're interested in them, like I say, the information's here on the screen. So all you got to do is go onto the websites and have fun, enjoy. Bye for now. You all take care.